Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the PokerGO podcast. My name is Donnie Peters. His name is Tim Duckworth. New shades today. Where'd you get him? You got a big old smudge. Big old smudge on there.
Why didn't you tell me that before we went live?
Big old smudge over there.
Yes, but they are new shades.
It is Friday, May 30th, here at the 2025 World Series of Poker. We got a final table set in the 5K No Limit Hold'em. That is the first live stream of the summer coming to you on Saturday. We got Helmuth recording his 215th WSOP cash. We got a little fun between Nick Schulman and Martin Cabral. We check in with Jeremy Becker, and of course, we'll hit on all the various events that happened around the Horseshoe and around Paris here on the Las Vegas Strip. First and foremost, do want to remind you guys about Play Poker Go. It is the home of free online poker. It is authentic. It is real. It is thrilling. It is entertaining. It is everything that you want, and it doesn't cost you a damn dime. Quick casual games, action-packed tournaments. They even got sit and goes, and I think they're working on a special new twist to the sit and goes that is going to be announced any day now. So check it out, playpokergo.com. It is available on web, on iOS, on Android, so you guys can deal yourself in across all of your different devices. I got in there earlier today and splashed around a little bit. If you see the name Brasco, Brasco, that's me. Try and stack me, but please don't. I'm sure I will try and run you over. And then you are Tram Stop.
Yeah.
You can get in there and battle with Tim as well. So let's play pokergo.com. It's always fun. It's always free. Before we get into talking about the poker stuff, I got to bring something up. Okay. So I'm at Costco the other day, and this is going to be, a little bit of magic, I think, from producer Rich. So I took a photo and I'll share it, and hopefully on the video it comes up like right about now. Basically, I'm at Costco and I'm getting gas, and there's a guy on the other side, and he's in a Mercedes. He's ushering another Mercedes behind him to get really, really, really close to his bumper. Okay. I look over. He's basically taking, it must have been like him and either his wife or his girlfriend or whoever, but he has both of their cars using the same pump. So he took the gas line out of one and put it into the other one when he was done.
Okay.
It was just very weird. I've never seen that move before. I'm not sure if it's a fish move or a pro move. I'm guessing it's more pro than fish.
No, it's definitely fish.
Why? Because if let's say he went to here in the worst case, you drive to Costco to fill up a car. Then you go home, you get your wife's car, you drive back to Costco, you fill it up. Okay, that's number one. That takes 2 trips. That's ridiculous. Or if you both were to go, you use 2 different pumps, let's say simultaneously, right? So it still saves the time, yes, but now you're doing 2 different credit card transactions, right?
Okay.
Well, this is he just used one transaction. He pulled them up really close. It didn't take up any other space.
But
it was very interesting.
He could have filled him up, moved his car forward, then filled the next car up. Still one credit card transaction.
Yeah, but that would involve getting in one car, moving it, getting in the other car. He was just standing outside. He basically went from this car to that car, boom, boom, and then they both drove away.
Run the risk of hitting the car.
So this was very interesting. Never seen before by me. I frequent Costco quite a bit for gas in multiple different states. Never seen that one before. Never seen that one at all. It was extremely interesting. I'm going to go with pro move versus fish move on that one. You said you have a special edition of a
community card.
Community cards?
Yeah.
You texted family
I know.
pot.
I messed up. All right.
Do we have a jingle for that?
Yeah, we do. So he should play it now.
He should play it now. But what do we do when he plays it?
We dance.
No, we're not going to dance.
Attention, attention. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to the poker radio audience near and far. It is now time for a brand spanking spiffy and new shout out to some of our most loyal listeners who likely got a bit too lucky on the way to the spotlight. You're listening to the #1 poker show in the land, and it's time for a new edition of the PokerGO Podcast Community Cards.
All right, sir. What do you got for me?
Walking down the hallways today, and I want to just give a shout out to Alex, local Uber driver here in Las Vegas. He is an avid listener to the podcast. He says he listens to it while he's driving around.
Alex, you said?
Alex, yep. Listens
Shout out
to it
Alex.
while
Let's
he's
go,
driving
baby.
around. I saw another guy on the rail of the 5K come over. He's wearing the edition 1 of the PokerGo podcast hat. And he comes over and goes, hey, I just want to say hello. You know, how about you got some hats this year? I've got both the other ones. I'm like, coming soon. You know, stay tuned. How long are you in town for? He's like, only until Wednesday. Fingers crossed. Had another couple people shout out to me as I was walking the hallway. Say, hey, love the pod. You know, big fans. Keep it up, etc. So, you know, to all
They
you...
should put us on the LED wall over there.
Of course they should, yeah. So anyone out there, if you're here at the Horse Show, Paris, Las Vegas, you see us, don't be afraid to come say hello. Hopefully soon we'll have some special attire that we can, you know, put on our heads to hand out to you guys.
Let's go.
But otherwise, yeah, don't be afraid to say hello. Even if we look busy, we'll happily shake your hand, interchange some words and go from there. But yeah, just wanted to shout out those few guys that stopped me today.
Sweet. Party. All right, so let's get into the poker stuff. The final table is set in the $5,000 no limit Texas Hold'em. 5 left from a field of 693. There is $582,000 up top. The final 5 players are guaranteed $137,000. It will be live streaming on PokerGo on Saturday, starting at
5 p.m.
There you go.
Local time.
8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Jeff Platt and Brent Hanks are going to be on the call. We got Natalie Bodie doing the sideline reporting. It is Christian Roberts as the big chip leader. Actually, not that big. He's got a little over 10 million. Antonio Galeano's got 8.4 million. Renji Mao, aka Ricky Mao, 6.7 million. Gaetan Ballur has 5.1 million, and Frederick Normand has 4.6 million. We lost Uri Rickenstein, our guy, in 6th place. Couple of unfortunate events. First, Ricky Mao doubled through him. Ricky Mao's ace-8 off versus our guy Uri's pocket 5s, hit an ace on the turn, I believe it was. And then he ran a big bluff against Antonio Galeano, and Antonio made a really big call. Tanked for a while on the river on King, Queen, 10 with 2 spades, 8 on the turn, 4 on the river. Uri went raise pre-flop, bet, jam. I mean, effectively a jam. He left 125K chip behind on the river. He had Jack 10 of diamonds. Antonio had King 9, tanked for a couple of minutes on the end, and ultimately called it off and did so correctly. So, and then on the next hand, Uri went out in 6th place. But still a very solid run early on for Uri, and he's got, what, $110,000, something like that as a payout. I'm sure we're going to hear plenty more from him, and that would be great news because he is on our 25K fantasy squad. Christian Roberts is a WSOP gold bracelet winner. He won one online in 2023. Ricky Mao and Antonio Galeano are also gold bracelet winners. Galeano, he won one, I can't remember if it was last year or the year before here, but he had a crazy hand. And it was like, they like went back and forth raising or something. He had like 7 high or something like that. I can't remember exactly what the heck happened. But something along those lines. Yeah, this event will be fun. They are very, very deep overall. What's the average stack? I know for most of the day, they were like 70 big blinds average, 80 big blinds average. It was ridiculous. Even kind of right before things ended, they were right around 50 big blinds deep, which I believe that's still held. I'm not sure the blinds went up. But yeah, should be, I guess, a fairly long day tomorrow. So if you're Jeff Platt and Brent Hanks, I would plan to be here a while. 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 hours. I don't know. Right out of the bat, you're going to have about a $55,000 pay jump or so, and the money only goes up from there all the way to the $582,000 first place prize. So that's going to be dope. If you guys tune in, you'll be able to see the revamped / upgraded set that we got going on. It's very, very cool out there. So yeah, come check us out on PokerGo.com on Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. Another 5K took place today, or is still taking place today, the 5K PLO tournament. Big news there early on. So they make it into the money, and lo and behold, you look over, and it's the legendary Phil Hellmuth getting his 215th WSOP cash. That is a heck of a lot of cash. As he finished in 103rd place. The field size was 757 entries. How many are they down to now?
16 when I was just over there.
So they're playing down. I mean, they're probably going to get as close to a final table as they can, probably play a set amount of levels, whatever it is. And then they'll come back and finish that thing out tomorrow. But Hellmuth, his first cash of the 2025 WSOP. So he got that out of the way. Again, his 215th WSOP cash overall. He was busted shortly after he made the money by Luis Velador. And that was that for the Poker Brats. As things are going over there.
14 players left.
Okay.
Aaron Mermelstein, the chip leader, 5.6 million. Martin Cabral, second in chips, 5.2 million. Krista Macy's still in. Ryan Reese is one of the short stacks. Noel Rodriguez is up there. Just lost Anthony Hu and Chad Evesledge. So, yeah, 14 left as of right now.
I popped over there a bit throughout the day. It very much was the Martin Cabral show. He was doing Martin Cabral things the whole time. It was absolutely wild. It was absolutely crazy. The guy does not shut up. And he's definitely one of those players where once he senses something and picks up on something, he's like keeps going. And in his case, you know, he likes to needle. He likes to chat. He likes to take a lot of time. Anything that he feels like is annoying the other players at the table, once he realizes that it is annoying you, he's only going to do it 1,000 times more.
Yep.
Right. He was at Nick Schulman's table for a while, and there was a pretty funny situation early on between Schulman and Cabral on the river of a board that was Queen, 5, 4, Jack. It was Queen of Spades, Queen of Diamonds, 5 of Diamonds, 4 of Spades, Jack of Clubs. Schulman raised all in. I believe he was all in for right around 340,000, maybe 345. Can't remember the amount exactly, but it was right in that neighborhood. After Cabral bet 140,000. You know, Cabral's tanking forever, all this sort of stuff. Eventually, he gets the clock called on him by I think Sean Deeb, maybe somebody else. But anyway, he gets the clock called on him. He ends up timing out, so his hand is dead. So his hand gets killed. Schulman tables the ace, jack, 5, 4. So again, the board was Queen, 5, 4, Jack. So Schulman blocking all of the full houses there with the ace, jack, 5, 4, the jack, 5, 4 specifically because he's got 3 pair on the board. There's already queens out there. So he was blocking the full house quite nicely. Schulman makes a joke saying no round of applause. And, you know, Martin is normally chatty. I'm reading off the report from PokerNews.com. And Martin is like always usually saying something, but he's, for whatever reason, silent. I mean, obviously, one of the most legendary players in the game, one of the coolest cats around. Nick Schulman just bluffed him and showed, and then asked for a round of applause. And then Schulman hits him with, "Say my name, Martin."
Love it.
I mean, if this guy could not get any cooler, this is simply incredible. Could you imagine?
We need to say my name, Martin t-shirt.
I mean, we really do. We need to print them tomorrow.
Yeah.
Say my name, Martin. I mean, that would just be absolutely freaking incredible. There needs to be Say My Name, Martin shirts printed ASAP. But Schulman is now out. Martin is still in. So the Martin Cabral show rolls on. The guy is absolutely out of his mind over there. You said they're down to what? 14?
14, yep.
Okay. What's first place in that one? 6 sums. Probably 6. Yeah. I'll say 640. I'll let you look that up.
Close. 620,000.
Close enough. Close enough. All right. Moving on. Let's do a check-in with Jeremy Becker. How about that?
Okay.
Antonio, our photographer, who is no longer here, but you know, we were trying to find Jeremy Becker at some point early on in the summer. Just want to check in with him. Jeremy is absolutely wild, just a true character of the game. And we wanted to get him on camera. So we happened to see him on dinner break of the Mystery Millions, which at least at the time he was doing very well. I think he said he had around 700K. And We basically ambushed him. He came out of the bathroom. I said, Antonio, put the camera on. I asked him some questions. Let's go. And here's that right now.
Sensitivity right now, dinner break mystery bounty. 700,000 could be gone quick though in this. Buddy, we're just starting. You trying to tilt me right now? We've been in the mystery. Been playing the mystery bounty. Gonna try to get it done here.
How's your 25K team doing?
We got 2 guys that might not come to North America, but the other 6 we're positive. We got who we got? We got someone deep right now. I gotta eat something. It's dinner break. We got somebody deep in something. Now I gotta think of who it is.
Rice.
No, he's out. We got Marta Rosian and 25K heads up, who nobody thought was coming this early. Gets absolutely f***ed on the bubble in the 5K because Danny Sepiel, shocker, gets it in dead on the bubble, bangs the 2-outer, and then my guy gets to bubble and not get any points. But hey, he might win the bracelet in the heads up, so let's go. We're confident. You want a side bet? All right,
that was Jeremy Becker. And yes, I did decline a side bet on video, Mr. Jeremy Becker. So
his team is pretty bad. I think you should have taken it.
Yeah, see, the thing is I don't know why. I just defaulted to my I don't do side bets in this thing because I should have done it for 2 reasons. 1, his team is awful.
Yeah.
Okay. 2, he had just said we have 2 people that might not come. Okay, that's another reason why. 3, at the time I know I have Uri in the 5K. We have Nico Milgram in the stud. I'm like, I should have done it. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I froze in the moment, man. What do you want me to say? I absolutely froze in the moment. The presser got to me, and I couldn't make the shot. You know, what do you want me to do? So it is what it is. Let's just quickly check in on the numbers for that event because today was a freaking huge field in that tournament. Today got 5,314, which is. That's more than, remember I was doing it like, what was it? It was like 1B this year was 1A last year. That's what I was kind of like lining up.
Yeah.
So this year's 1D compared to last year's 1C, it's ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, it's ahead. So they need, in order to reach last year's number of 18,409, they're going to need 6,938 on day 1E, which is on Saturday.
Easy.
Now, last year on the final starting flight, they got 7,609. I think they're going to blow that out of the water.
Yeah.
I think they're probably going to get 8,000, maybe like 82, 83, something like that. I can only imagine how big this thing's going to be. They're probably going to be pushing relatively close to 20,000 total entries, which is just absolutely freaking wild. But, you know, that is the power of adding a starting flight. But still, I also think that overall, you know, when you get these big, huge no-limit fields, you know, you always hear things about the lines or the late reg weight or the fact that everyone's got to play 10-handed. You know, I haven't heard any of that. Other than that first day, you know, kind of like Monday, which was Memorial Day, and then also leading a bit into Tuesday about the line situation, which had to do with getting verified, not registering for the tournament, but getting verified with the app and everything. But after that, it seems like it's really been pretty smooth sailing. I haven't heard anything about playing 10-handed.
No.
You know, I haven't heard anything about any like late reg problems or anything like that. You know, you just basically bust, you click the thing in the app, you're good to go. So I guess kudos to WSOP for that one, for you know, this whole app working for a pretty monumental field. Now, I probably say that it might break tomorrow, but so far it's been all good, which I think is cool. They still haven't, though. The text is still too big. It just needs to get a little bit smaller. It's ridiculous. But yeah, it's definitely making things flow much nicer. So, which is very, very cool to see. And I'm assuming that as things pick up over the summer, it's just going to be even more beneficial to the players as they're blasting all these different tournaments all over the place. You said Jeremy Becker's got 657K. I'll tell you that he had that same amount like an hour and a half ago. So
got it.
Hasn't fully been updated, but you know, hopefully he's still in there. But we'll see. We'll try and update things as we go. I mean, again, Jeremy's just absolutely wild, so maybe we'll just get him on camera a few more times as we go. What else we got? 25K heads up. 64 entries. What were like I heard Daniel Negreanu unregged.
He did.
Why?
Because he made day 2 of the 5K pilot.
So he can't multitask or multi-table?
Well, one's in Paris, one's in Horseshoe. It does make it a little difficult. So, yeah, he took the that decision to unreg and play just the 5K. Didn't last too long in that, but
wait, what? Okay, yeah, never mind. Go ahead.
Down to 16 right now on the bubble.
On the bubble, we got, so here are the matches. I wrote these things down. We got Patrick Leonard versus Martin Zamani. We got Mike Shee versus Matthew Wantman. And then the winner, at least as I understand it, the winner of those 2 matches will play each other. You got Artur Martirosyan versus Kevin Rabichow. I loved how in the Jeremy Becker video, by the way, he's like, we got Artur deep. Bro, he's not even the money. That does not count as deep. Like, I don't know, like, is this your first tournament? Like, I'm sorry. Artur Martirosyan versus Kevin Rabichow. I mean, that's just an absolute superstar battle right there. Chance Kornuth versus Killian Desnos. I've never heard of Killian, so I'll have to familiarize myself with him. Brandon Brown versus Alexei Boyka. João Vieira versus Harvey Castro. So it's going to be the Martirosyan, Rabichow, Kornuth, and Desnos. The 2 winners will play each other. And then the winners between Brown and Boyka and the winner of Vieira and Castro will play each other. Pretty impressive, by the way, from Harvey Castro. He did very well down in Florida in the heads-up event that they had down there for one of the Seminole tournaments. Can't remember if he was first or second, but either way, Harvey Castro is starting to really make a name for himself, and he's very young still too. And then the final kind of grouping here, you got Thomas Etienne versus Alex Foxen. And then the winner of that one will play the winner of David Chen versus Richard Green. Shout out David Chen. Do it for the kids. Let's go. $500,000 first place prize. As Tim mentioned, the first match tomorrow will be the bubble match for everyone. The top 8 pay. So if you win your first match tomorrow, you're in the money. $86,000 is the min cash. So that's a big one. $500K up top. What else we got? 7-card stud. The old $1,500 7-card stud that had 377 entries, which was a slight dip from last year. As Tim and I talked about yesterday. There are 9 players remaining at the time of recording. First place is almost $107,000. Yuri Maravita is the chip leader. He actually busted our boy, Nico Milgram, in 11th place. We got Dan Highmiller is still in. We got Greg Mueller is still in. We got David Bach is back. He is slinging the guns.
Have you seen
over
Gunslinger?
There. I have seen.
He's wearing a hat,
a Yoshi hat,
and the tag's still on it.
I mean, he's a baller.
Maybe that's the thing that's in now. That's what the cool kids do.
Gunslinger does what Gunslinger wants to do. Okay, he has 19 different trinkets on the table, 15 water bottles, 17 seat cushions. I mean, it's just absolutely outrageous. So that's who's all still in the $1,500 7-card. So then we have the $1,500 dealer's choice, which attracted 597 entries, which is a nice uptick.
Didn't we say it was going to be around 400 worth of you and me yesterday? We were very far off.
We did, yeah, but whatever. We're going to be off. We can't always expect to be right. 597 entries in the $1,500 dealer's choice. That's up from last year's 530. This is actually, again, we talked about this yesterday. 2022, this event had 430. Then in 2023, it had 456. Then last year, 530. So it was that nice trend. Well, that trend continues because we got 597 this time. So a nice little 4-year run for the $1,500 dealer's choice. What's going on in that tournament? Can you tell me?
211 players remaining. 90 are in the money.
That guy.
Chip leaders: Ryan Honig, Matthew Schreiber, Carl Lohman, Andres Korn, Justin Liberto.
We should have drafted the Cornster. We should have drafted the Cornster. All right. Now, what do we got tomorrow?
Well,
10K Omaha high-low.
Yep, 10K Omaha high-low is the only event that is starting tomorrow. You don't often see that at the World Series Poker, just one event starting.
Yeah, but you know why.
Well, we got a big flight of the Mystery Millions.
Exactly. Everyone's got to get in the mystery, baby. Come on.
We basically just have that. We have, I think we have our first online bracelet event starting tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to those.
No, you don't pay attention to those?
It's too... okay, I'm interested in one thing about them. can we get the results right away instead of waiting 4 days? Like, so that's kind of what I'm interested about there. And now, I mean, listen, everything here in the live realm has been extremely streamlined, right? So are we also going to see that pass through to the online stuff? I mean, TBD, but it would be great if we could have that happen. So yeah, I think that's all we got.
Short and sweet, baby.
Yeah, I mean, we have a winner. We should talk about the winner. We should do that.
Oh yeah. Jeez.
I mean, he just won like
Just
10 minutes
won,
ago.
yeah.
David Shmuel. I probably can completely butcher that name.
Probably.
He's from the United States. I thought he had a lot of like French people that were sweating him, but whatever. I'm just butchering everything. So David Shmuel beat a field of 910 entries in the $10,000 Omaha High Low tournament, winning a little bit over $205,000. He topped Joe Ford in heads-up play, Ford taking $136,000. I mean, no like true notables made the final table.
Patrick Stacey's played the PGT Mixed Game Series, so he and the PGT PLO Series, I believe. But Chris Vitch falling just short of the final table, 10th place. Yep. We obviously touched on Clyde Gaskins yesterday finishing.
Yeah, what the heck happened to Clyde?
Things just didn't go his way. He busted out in 22nd. Matt Grapenthien busted today 14th.
Do you think Clyde got a little bit like cocky? You think he got too much ahead of himself?
Sometimes the cards.
Do you think that you jinxed him, sticking a camera in his face?
Yeah, I think that might be it. To be honest,
God, you ruined it.
Yeah.
So we can't say PokerGO podcast run good because
not right now.
I mean, you better make sure Jeremy's still in the tournament because he might be coming for us too.
He might be coming for us too. Yeah.
I've already denied his side bet, so this would only be icing on the cake as it pertains to Jeremy Becker. So 10K Omaha High Low. I saw earlier that Eric Wasserson was already registered. There were 2 people registered. One was Eric Wasserson. So we got that. That'll of course bring out all the big guns. The Mystery Millions will be running. That one's going to be absolutely massive. I mean, but most importantly, we got the first stream.
Yeah.
On PokerGO, baby. So let's go. The 5K Nolan and Hold'em again. That's got $582,000 up top. Do we have a code word?
No, we still got the
same one.
Same one, yeah.
Which is
Snack Attack.
Snack Attack is the code word. The descriptions for the contest, the link for the contest is in the descriptions, whether you are watching on YouTube, whether you are listening, wherever you listen to your podcast, just check out the description if you don't know where to go to enter that code word. Again, it is Snack Attack. All one word, right? All right, cool. Yeah, I'm excited to get the streaming started. Yeah. It almost feels like, it's always a slow lead in for the World Series of Poker. But I do feel like, today we're on the cusp of boom, we're here, because once those cameras turn on, that's it. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to the first stream. I'm going to be watching as much as possible. I know you and I will obviously be here kind of running around. So we got that coming up. What else? I know on Sunday we have the semifinals and the final of the 25K heads up. Yours truly will be doing commentary alongside Tristan Wade. What else do we have on the schedule? What's after that? What's on Monday?
The big one.
What's on Monday? What's the big one?
The Mystery.
Oh,
Millions.
Yeah. Heck yeah. That one's dope. Mystery Millions, which is just a freaking ridiculously big field. I don't know how they do it. So we got that, and then
the mystery bounty, double mysteries back to back.
Really? Which one? 10K?
10K.
Oh, sweet. That's the one Helmuth won, right? No.
He won the Super Turbo Bounty.
Super Turbo Bounty, yeah. The mystery bounty. Who won that last year?
That was the Australian guy, Malcolm Trainer.
No. He won the Mystery Millions.
Yeah.
No, who won the 10K?
10K. Wasn't that Claude?
Was that Claude? I know Claude won a 10K bounty. I just don't know if it was the mystery bounty or not. I can't remember. I get everything just blurs in my brain. Yeah, but from starting tomorrow, pretty much throughout the rest of the series will be just about daily. There will only be 2 days off from streaming. I think it's Sunday, June 15th will be one day, and then obviously the day off during the WSOP when they reach the final table. Those are the only 2 days off from PokerGo. What's up?
Matthew Lambrecht won the 10K
there you
mystery
go. There you
bounty, $1,018,000.
Do we know in that tournament what the biggest bounty is?
I don't think they set one because it's obviously they're
Yeah,
not,
but like I'm saying, do you remember like last year what he won? Like what the biggest one was? I don't recall. Obviously with the Mystery Millions, they obviously make a huge deal of it. You can win $1 million. And when that happens on Sunday, which will be, well, it's not guaranteed to happen on Sunday, but it'll likely happen on Sunday. Of course, that $1 million bounty could go all the way through to the final table, but I do think that they should do one of those hold a big bounty to the final table, like what you set up for the PGT one for the PLO series. I do think that that's really cool. I also do kind of like the way that Triton does it. I mean, obviously you
do
can't
it at the end.
but you obviously can't do that when there's like 17,000 people pulling a bounty slip, right? You can't just have them all come at the end. So that's fine. I do think it would be funny if. I wonder if they're going to do it through the app, first of all.
They'll probably do.
Like, are you going to like just hit press? And then also, it would be funny if you did have everyone wait to the end and then literally just revealed on everyone's phone at the exact same time.
I like that one better.
Because then you'd have some people be like, oh, like they get, whatever. And then you'd have some people with screaming. But whatever. So yeah, I don't think we know what the biggest one was. I'm going to say, so first place was $1 million. I'll say 400K was the biggest one, but I have no idea. All right, cool. Let's just make it short and sweet. We'll get out of here. I'm assuming tomorrow we'll have plenty more to talk about with the first stream happening. It's also going to be interesting to see who makes it into the final 4 of the 25K heads up. So I'm really pumped for that. And then I really want to see where this mystery bounty, mystery millions ends up. Another thing, quickly, that just popped in my mind. Yesterday, you brought up, they should have like heads up week. They should just have bounty week.
Bounty week, just like
all the different bounties. You can put them all in the kind of the same week. All right, cool. That's gonna do it for us. We'll just get on out of here. His name is Tim Duckworth. My name is Donnie Peters, and we will talk to you guys next time.
See ya.